Good morning, afternoon, and evening, everyone. Welcome to the 123 release team meeting. This is week 14 of the release cycle. I'm your host. My name is Ray. I am the release lead for 123. I'm just going to share my screen here. Great. Please sign in. For those who are attending this meeting live, please sign into the release notes, to the release team meeting notes here. Then we'll kick it off with the open discussion. I do have a few topics here. I want to thank the release managers very much for cutting the release candidates yesterday or last night. For some of those, it might be early this morning, and also for creating the branch jobs that's currently in progress. Do want to make a note, since tomorrow is a US holiday here, it is Thanksgiving. I've canceled tomorrow's release team meeting, but we are still having Friday's EU APAC friendly release team meeting. So that's on Friday. So let's move on with the team status. Starting off with enhancements. Don't see this updated. Don't know if anyone's here from the enhancements team. Take a look at the chats. I'm sorry, at the attendees list. Anyone here from enhancements that could give an update? Right. So going off enhancements, since it's post code freeze, tends to be pretty quiet, so they tend to be green. I'll fill in the stats from. I'll ask Xander to update the stats here. So let's move on to CI signal with Arsh.
Hello. So for master blocking, we have one less flaky job since yesterday's update, and one job was failing, and Hossein posted in the channel and there was a prompt response, and I believe Jordan also made a PR, but I still see the test as being like the PR is merged, but I still see it as failing on dashboard. So I think it takes time to update, or there was some discussion that the PR needs to be ported to some branch, which I do not have the context for.
Yeah, since the release candidate was cut yesterday and the release 123 branch was also created, the PR to fix this job there was also a cherry pick PR to the release 123 branch, and I believe that cherry pick PR is still open, so that still needs to be reviewed and approved. The 1 to KK master has already been merged though, so I don't know how long it takes. We'll keep a close eye on this failing job.
Yeah, so basically the fix is out there, right? So nothing to worry. Other than that, for master informing, we have 2 more passing jobs as compared to yesterday, and 1 less flaky job. That was it. So the current status is yellow right now, only because of the one master blocking.
Yeah, there's a pretty big thread on the release CI signal channel about this failing job and about the fix as well. It looks like it's linked here on the meeting notes. So that I do have a topic that kind of led from this Slack discussion. I do have something I did add in the retro as well, is about fast forwards. And I'll talk about that in a little bit. Any questions or comments for CI signal or Arsh? All right, so we'll keep a close eye on the failing job. Hopefully that PR emerge fixed it. All right, next up is bug triage with Christoph. Anyone from the bug triage team? I do see a few new critical urgent issues that were since last time we had a meeting. So we'll take a look at those pretty closely. Don't see any critical urgent or important soon PRs. But we'll take a look at the issues in the critical urgent, especially the critical urgent and also the important soon issues. All right, let's move on with docs. Is Jesse on?
I am. You hear me okay?
Yes.
All right, I'm home, so I don't have all my fancy gear and I'm really backlit. Sorry. So we're on the other side of ready for review deadline. We only have 3 PRs that are in draft, which I think is really great given it's a holiday for the US and there's been a lot of last minute stuff. So big props to the team here. Everybody's doing a great job. We do have 3 that all 3 of those I think are not in danger of missing, being ready for review in time, like well ahead of the next deadline, which is November 30th docs ready deadline. So I'm keeping us green for now. I feel like that's a bit of a like hesitant green, but it's green, so I'm happy. Again, the integration branch is fine, other than that easy CLA thing. So if anybody looks at that, there's issues for that. There's a whole lot of red stuff, but it's okay. Other than that, I think that's us.
Cool. Yeah, that's great. And that actually is pretty good, really good at this time. We usually have more than that up to the day before we are ready to merge for
Yeah.
So that's actually really good. Great. Thank you very much, Jesse, and the docs team. All right, moving on with release notes.
Yep. Our status is green, and I saw the RC Zero card is alive earlier this morning, so I will be working on it today. And also for major sim, I might start to draft the initial version after today. Yeah, that's it.
All right. Any comments or questions for release notes or CC? All right. Next up is comms with Karen.
Okay, so we're kind of greenish yellow. The release log is almost done. There's just a few more sections, probably like 3 paragraphs that we kind of need to finalize. We got our last PR for our last feature blog, and now all our feature blogs are just kind of waiting for tech review. And then the release webinar event page is now up, so I linked that as well. And that again is going to be January 4th with Ray and with Xander. So. Yep.
Cool. Do you want to make note on the release blog? I'll wait when the markdown for the major themes is up, and I'll compare with the major themes in the release blog and adjust if necessary, and probably make a few revisions if necessary as well. So I'll make those updates.
Thank you.
All right. Any comments or questions for comms or Karen? All right, next up is a release branch management with Nabarun.
Hey everyone, so we are green. Today we released the first release candidate for Kubernetes 1.23. It was an adventure. There were some hiccups throughout the process, but thanks to amazing people, we got things done. And there was an announcement email like a few hours back. So right now we're in the process of like finishing some post branch cut tasks. So 2 of them are already done. We have updated the kubekins end-to-end test image, and release branch pre-submits are also merged now. The only thing which is remaining is the milestone applier update, which should also go soon. It is already reviewed and LGTN, so an approval is only left. And that's all from us, unless Veronica, if you have anything to add.
Not really, other than it was really an adventure and a true teamwork, as always, but it's great.
All right, thank you very much, Nabru and Veronica. If you catch those threads in release management, you'll see that it was quite an adventure. I was watching it until I went to bed last night, then it was still going on this morning. So big thank you to Veronica, Nabru, and Adolfo, Stephen, Marco, also everyone, all the release branch managers. Thank you very much. All right, any comments or questions? All right, moving on. I don't see Jeremy. here. Jeremy is here. Please speak up. Nope. All right, moving on to my updates. Sent an email to the community last night about test freeze and docs. Also made a note that since the release branch was being cut, that if there are any KKPRs that is targeting the release for 123, they have to have a cherry pick to the release 123 branch as well. I also need to clarify, I also made on the email to about test freeze. I mentioned that, you know, that we'll monitor test grid and get critical failing test fix as well. So I need to, someone asked, someone reply with clarifying questions. I need to clarify that it's going to be primarily the SIG release master blocking, and we'll be watching SIG release master informing, but we do want to get those failing jobs on SIG release master blocking fix, or I'll probably state it and that we'll get them triage instead of actually fix them ourselves. So we'll add a reply to that. Like Karen mentioned, the release sub webinars is out. So I got that email personally. So that's on January 4th. You could click on the link here or in the link that Karen posted to register for that. Also, yesterday we had some major milestones, as you probably know. Release candidate was cut. With that, the release branch was created. Also, the release jobs are being created right now. I believe that the PR is still open last time I checked. That also brings in test freeze as well. So there's no, there should not be any new tests unless they are critical urgent or that they are fixing some failing tests to be allowed to be merged into KK. So did send that, send a note about that in the email last night. Also in that email, I made a note about the docs should be ready for review, and also the docs complete deadline being next week. All right. And that's and the next milestones is next Tuesday. The doc should be complete and the feature blog should be ready for review. That one's always been a little bit iffy. We get the I know there's a good number of feature blogs already being reviewed currently, but some of the feature blogs are tracked towards the later of the time frame, which we do release blogs are kind of reviewed a little bit later. So we'll keep an eye out on those as well. Any comments or questions? All right, last I checked with SIG scalability, no change on the scalability test. And that's it for any other comments or questions. If not, I'll stop the recording.